Salute, General, Iro, Musa, Etiquette. I'm affectionately referred to as General Etiquette, and I've been thinking. I've been thinking about a variety of subject matter, but today specifically, I've been thinking about moving differently. What do I mean by that? Let me explain. So, oftentimes, when we run into conflict with loved ones and we're trying to teach people how to treat us, we have to realize that everyone may not always have the tools you have in your toolkit. Everyone may not always be willing to move. Everyone won't move how you may necessarily want them to move, right? And at times, if you're being honest with yourself, it's hurtful. I know for me, it was hurtful when I realized that certain loved ones, right, I felt like I was talking and I felt like I was screaming and I felt like I was begging to be heard. And in those moments when you feel like you're being ignored by someone you love, when you're trying to talk about the things that you need, at some point, you have to realize that in order for things to change, you have to change. And what do I mean by that? Is that at a certain point, people respect action, right? So you can speak, but for so long, right? At some point, if you want something to be different, you have to move differently. Like they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, right? So if you're in a relationship or you're in a circumstance with an individual, a loved one, however, right? Any interaction between two people is a relationship. If you find yourself in a relationship and you feel like you're not being heard and you feel like you're begging to be heard, the truth of the matter is nothing will change unless you change. So you have to protect yourself. You have to choose yourself. And in doing so, you have to move differently. Because at that point is the point when people and or your loved one will realize, well, you know what? I have to respect this new boundary. Because I know for myself, it's something that I find incredibly difficult, right? Trying to draw lines, trying to find boundaries with loved ones, right? I beat myself up a lot about it. I go back and forth. Am I being a little too rigid? Are they being a little insensitive, right? Constantly trying to find this balance. And one thing that I've realized is that you can't avoid conflict. What you can do is choose the way you navigate it. Because when you avoid conflict, you end up allowing something bigger to bubble up. You allow resentment to build up. You allow all these things to fester and bubble up. And then you have a bigger situation down the road, a bigger moment of lashing out, a bigger thing that might be irreparable, right? And that's never the goal, right? So if you're in a situation and you find yourself with a loved one and you feel like you're begging and screaming because you need something different, the way you're growing, your trajectory has changed. You never have to apologize for the things that you need to be loved. You never have to apologize for the things that you feel like you need to be a better person. If you feel like you're changing your trajectory, anything that you're doing for the better is good for you. I salute you and I applaud you. So in navigation of your loved ones, you have to move differently. We have to all move differently. I'm going through this process as I'm speaking to you all, right? So we have to learn how to move differently so we can create those healthy boundaries so that we can enjoy the types of relationships that can spring us into a healthy tomorrow, right? So you already know how it goes. You know how the law of attraction works. Whatever you put out there, you get 10 times over. It takes nothing away from one candle to light another. Bless somebody, compliment somebody, show somebody love. Let's start to curate and create the world we want to live in and be a part of. To all my subscribers, new, old, and indifferent, I love you. I genuinely appreciate the support. I'm humbled by the support. For all the new people to my channel, welcome to the community. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button. This is where we build community through thought-provoking discourse. Y'all already know the vibes, man. You already know the vibes. YKTV. If you see me in the street, say what's up, but you probably won't because of the Rona, so I prefer you salute. General, Iro, Musa, etiquette.